Jordan game, comic book collector, and festival. No April's Fool joke. Comic book prices continue to tank. Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic book sold on eBay, March 22nd and 28th. Coming number 10, we have a combo deal. This is Hawk issue 180 right here on the left, graded CGC 8.0. And then we have a Hawk 181, graded by CBCS, graded as a 7.5. I'm pretty sure you heard the news this week. CBCS is closing down. And seems like CGC is the one to go to, I guess. Okay, so anyway, this one sold for 6,500. So let's take a look at this book. These books, I guess. So here we are, the 8.0 right here. And then we have a 7.5. And then I'm not quite sure this is coming in focus. It's signed by the one of the creator, Len Wen. Here's the signature right here. And then let's go over to the other side here, and this is the back right here. Actually, there is an eBay sticker on the back right here. Coming number 9, Rhythm Crab issue 181, grade CZ 9.2, off-white white pages, first floor appearance of Wolverine. This one have final auction price of 7,100 with 8 bids. And then we have, let's go over to GPA. Okay, let's go up here. We have a 9.2 right here. And then let's go over here. And this is the most recent sold price. 9-day average, 12-month average, 2025 average, and 2024 average. So the buy got for 7,100. That's a really good deal, though, below all these numbers right here. Let's go down here. This book sold as high as 19,800. So that's a drop of 12,700. And then over in 2026, 10 was reported. And high 8,800, low 5,655. And the one that was just on eBay, March 26th, you go across 7,100 right here. Coming number 8, Fantastic Four issue 1, grade CZ 2.5. This one came out in November 1961. It sold for $7,107.77 with 60 bids. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 2.5 right here. And then this book sold as high 21,600. So that's a decrease of $14,492. This is back in October of 2021. Let's swing one over right here. The one sold for $18,057.60 back in November 2021. And then let's do one more. And we have one sold for $18,000 back in April 2022. Coming number 7, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue 1. This is a low grade right here. CGC 3.5. Produced by Mirage Studio. Came out in 1984. First print. It was signed by 2 of the creators. And it sold for $8,250. Let's take a look at this book right here. Okay, right here, we have, there you go. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, authenticated autograph on inside front cover. Yep, so I think, I believe, I couldn't remember, was one of them doesn't really go out and do these comic book shows and doesn't really do autograph. I couldn't remember which one it is, so that's why this book is a little bit expensive there. Coming number 6, in Crab Hawk issue 181, grade CZ 9.2, white pages, first full appearance of Wolverine, and this one has a buy now. It's $8,250. So let's go over to GPA. Over GPA, we have a 9.2 again. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself. So this was the one that was just sold on eBay. 9-day average, 12-month average, 2025 average, and then this is 2024. So this price is higher than all these numbers right here. I guess it's good thing for the comic book community and good thing for the seller, I'm sorry. So let's go down here. And this one sold as high as 19,800. So that is a drop of $11,550. And then this is the one that was $8,250 right here. And let's go ahead and And then the one that sold for 19,800 was back in 2021 there. Coming number 5, X-Men issue 1, produced by Marvel Comics. This one came in 1963. Origin and first appearance of X-Men team. Grade CGC 5.5. This one have an auction price of $9,828 with 40 bids. So let's go over to Heritage. Okay, over Heritage we have 5.5 right here. And then this book sold at 26,400. So that's a decrease of $16,572. This is back in September 2021. I'm gonna swing one over right here. We one sold for 25,200 back in August of 2021. And then we have one more. We one sold for 19,200 back in September 2022. Coming number 4, Incredible Hulk issue 181, grade CZ 9.4. This one came in 1974 by Marvel Comics. Asking price was $11,000, but that's sold for $10,000. So let's go over to GPA. Right, over GPA, we have a 9.4 right here. And then 2024 average, 2025 average, 12-month average, 9-day average, and this is the one that was just on eBay. So the one that's on eBay is more than all these, and then pretty close to the 2024 average right here. So let's go down here. And then this book sold high 22,800. So that's a drop of $12,800. And then over 2026, 4 was reported, and 10,000 being the highest, low 7,930, average 9,108. And then the one that was sold for 22,800, we have 2 of them, the one in 2021 and the other one in 2022 right here. Coming number 3, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. This one came out in March 1963, grade CGC 5.0. Only one person bid on it and got it for $11,000. And so let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.0 right here. And then this book sold as high as $31,200. So that's a drop of $20,200. This was back in November of 2021. And then let's go over here. And we have one sold for $28,800. That was back in December 2021. And then let's do one more. And we have one sold for $24,000 back in September 2021. Coming number 2, we have Amazing Fantasy 15, grade CZ 1.8. It's Restore, and also of its signature 2 by Andrew Garfield. He plays the Amazing Spider-Man in the movie. Asking price was $16,500, but sold for $12,500. So let's take a look at this book right here. 1.8 signature and Restore right here, and signed and Spidey by Andrew Garfield back in April 2025. There's some restoration that was done, and then I did find one on Heritage. Actually, this is exactly the same book right here. Exactly the same one that was, and this was sold in January 12 for $9,760. So that is an increase of $2,740. And I guess the buyer decided to sell it 2 months later, I guess, and then made a little small profit. But then again, you do have eBay fees and Heritage fees that you have to pay. Coming number 1 for this week, Fantastic Four issue 5. This one came in 1962, graded CGC 7.5. First appearance of Dr. Doom. I guess you're all aware that he is going to be in the next Avengers movie coming out in December. Anyway, this one has an auction price of $14,000 with 1 bid. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 7.5 right here. And then this book sold as high 40,800. So that's a drop of 26,800. This is back in June of 2022. And then let's swing one over. We have one sold for 21,600. That's almost like half the amount right here. And this one was back in December 2022 right here. And then let's do one more. And one sold for $20,400 back in January of 2021. You know, what the heck, let's do one more. And then when one sold for $18,000 back in April of 2025 right here. Well, thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.